It's all good, man. We here for each other. So
We are here for each
start
other.
by
That was
saying
beautiful.
beginning of each of these is this is a safe space. We're just people coming together, having conversation, non-judgmental. No one's looking to uh, judge anyone, and we're all basically just expressing our perspectives from our own life's experiences. Right? No one's right, no one's wrong. Everyone has their own unique experiences that they can express. So
Identify what's an issue for you and be honest in evaluating yourself. Maybe there's certain environments that you need to avoid, and that's okay. I live by a rule that says I don't judge myself based on if I have struggles, but I judge myself based on how hard I work to resolve them. And sometimes your resolution is going to be over the top to most people.
with that being said, I'd like Randy to go ahead and lead us in this conversation tonight, which is going to be about relationships. Everybody's been in them. Everybody has them. You know, even if it's your parents, right, or your family, or your children, you have a relationship with someone. And then we're going to talk about changing your body, the reasons to do that, why we do that, if it's cool, if it's not. Lauren Hubbard, just this guy who, in his 30s, right, was competing in the Olympics or competing to get into place into the Olympics, placed 104 or something like that each year. And he was trying to get into the Junior Olympics. He competed on a junior level. In about 2000 and something, right, he went and got a sex change, became a woman, started competing in 2015 and qualified in the Olympics and basically won multiple gold Olympics as a woman. In the heavyweight competition now, no more junior Olympics. She's a big dog. Is that a go? Is that cool? Is that what we doing? Thought it was interesting. Thought it was worth an honorable mention because there's a lot of controversy. A lot of women are coming out. A lot of women
Who's
groups.
answering?
This is in New Zealand.
I don't think it's okay.
Why not?
Women have very few spaces that are ours as it is. And for the reason why women don't compete with men is because we can't. There's no feasible competition there. So our spaces are limited anyway. And for a man to invade that space is not okay.
Well,
now, if you're a woman now, that's fine.
He was hormonal type. He took hormones. That's what
hormones doesn't change your bone. Like, if you did all that before you hit puberty, I would be okay.
Okay.
But you have developed bone density. You have developed strength that we will never possess.
True.
And it's just unfair, I think.
I agree.
So.
I agree with what she's saying. Because the surgery or the hormones only change the physical appearance. What's on the outside. It doesn't change how strong a man really is compared to a woman. So I don't think it's fair.
You can put a strong woman up against a weak man and you will get a fair fight.
That's kind of true. I don't know. What was that? Woman King?
Woman King, yeah.
Oh, you guys watched that?
Yeah.
Shorty was pretty fierce. She could give it to a lot of regular guys.
The first transgender athlete to compete at its Olympic Games. Laurel Hubbard is a female weightlifter who will be in Tokyo next month. Supporters call her selection a breakthrough for the transgender community. It's also reignited a debate with critics who say it's unfair for an athlete who used to compete with men to participate in women's sports.
Yeah, most of us aren't women kings.
I get your point. No, for sure. And that's the same point I'm making, right? Like, at what point is it too much? At what point do we stop socially accepting or stop allowing certain things or start raising or breeding our children in a certain way so that they become the leaders that do not allow such things to be okay, right? They become the executives and the directors and the CEOs and the Olympic judges who qualify these type of situations and say, you know what, at some point we need to set boundaries. We need to kind of slow up on, because the world is starting to turn into this thing, and it's affecting our relationships where you have children now being exposed to these type of things. And like you said, I have girls. It's sort of unfair them seeing that and saying, okay, well, now I'm discouraged from competing or going for the Olympics because I know I have to compete against men or women men who turn into women later on. And then going to the intent. That's another issue for me. The guy was in his 30s, competed and couldn't qualify, right? So your intention was to really win, right? It wasn't to work harder as a man so that you could qualify. It was to change genders. Now, the backstory is the person, Lauren, always felt, like they were different and, just finally went through, regardless of the public scrutiny that they would receive, right? And that's usually the case. Not to discount her case. It's just interesting that records are being broken, right? Like, oh wow, and so much media is given and attention is given where you have women, like going to your point, that have strived for such positions and then get knocked out of their place or get, second or third due to some type of loophole that a man can enter as a woman. That's it's interesting.
I just want to, be me and just do what I do.
It's already happening. It's been banned in women's swimming.
Okay.
After Leah Thomas went in and started winning everything, and no other woman could win, because the women were just like, what is the point of this anymore? We don't want to do the sport. And so I believe it was the Olympic Commission got together and banned all trans women athletes from swimming in the future. So
it's eventually what you do. You dilute the sport where you have the normal competitors like, yo, what's the point? Right? That any kind of thing that's you born with that's real crazy, right? That's cool. But like the Wicked Witch got that big bump on her nose. Something like that. That's crazy. You can get that.
The deformity.
The deformity, right. You can get that removed. That's stuff like that is cool, I think.
I personally think any reason that you want to change your body is valid. Because I don't care what people do with their bodies, personally. If you want to get that donut shape on your forehead that people were getting a couple years back, get your entire life. Enjoy. I'm not here to police other people's bodies. That's you. I don't mind what other people do to themselves. For me, it's when what you do affects others around you, then that's the issue for me. Like if you want to be, a woman, whatever, get your life, enjoy your day. But when you start infringing on my opportunities, then we have issues. And any woman, you want to go out there and get a BBL just for fun? Good luck to you. I don't personally mind anybody wanting to change their body. That's just me.
Yeah. Oh, I like that natural. Shoot, I got a girl out, man. She got BBL. She showed me the pictures and I paid for it. I'm like, you paid for the BBL? Yeah, I paid for it.
What the hell are you? What? You don't like BBLs, but you pay for it
because that's what they like. So if you think you need it, I'm not finna argue with you. Because then if I argue with you and convince you not to do it, it's still gonna be in the back of your mind.
Right. So you pay for breast augmentation?
I pray for it. If that would make you, and then when you get it, I'm why we don't talk no more, man?
Country Wayne.
It's too hard, man. I can't feel the bone no more. It was like, I like you like that.
You do realize, my grandfather used to say, boy, you got to be careful fattening frogs for another snake to eat.
Yeah, they can eat it. Yeah, plenty of food out there. Please. But plenty of times I've been saying, somebody please come get her.
You don't how you don't think the car?
All right, let's hear what you got.
What are valid reasons? Any reason is valid according to Tina.
To me.
For you.
I mean, I kind of agree with Tina. Like, I don't really care what you do with your body. Like, that's your decision. My issue comes with, like, when they, like, try to change their, I guess, like, try to, like you said, change their identity, like, their sex. And then they try to say, like, your sexual orientation and your gender is two different things. Like, I just don't understand how a man could be born a man, but then turn into a woman and say it's a woman. Like, it's just insane to me. Like, on the paper right now, it don't say who's the mother or father. It says who's the birthing parent at the hospital. So I don't know. I just got a problem with it.
Yeah, you can do whatever it is you want to do. I don't have to play into your little story. That's it. Hey, if you want me to call you a Cheeto, I'll call you a Cheeto, whatever. Do I have to believe you're a Cheeto? Do I have to agree with your Cheeto-ness? I mean, you might want to be a Cheeto and I can be an animal cracker, whatever. But does that mean that I have to go around making you believe in my animal crackerness?
Right.
Yeah, that's the issue I have. Like,
There is an agenda. No? There's not an agenda to make people believe in the animal crackerness.
There actually is.
So then,
sadly, there is children at school going, I identify as a zebra. And then the kindergarten teacher has to be like, nay, or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard of some case where they had some kid identifying as a cat. And then they had to set up a litter box inside the classroom and had kids
I heard about that
stuff.
too.
And the kindergarten teacher's like, hello, Mr. Meow Meow, how are we today? No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't have to. You can do that if that's what you choose to. I am not setting up a litter box. I'm not calling you I'll call you Mr. Meow Meow. I don't mind. But don't ask me to agree. Don't you agree that he's Mr. Meow Meow? No, thank you. Yeah.
So if you were a kid in the class, would you be okay with someone else peeing in a litter box because they're a cat now?
No. I would think that was weird. But you go ahead and you enjoy your corner, you enjoy your box.
I definitely think you should draw the line.
Stephen believes he is an African leopard and likes to go by his leopard name, which is Shroud. He has strong feline traits and likes to run and hunt.
Climbing and running and stuff it's very natural. It's very instinctual. So when I'm climbing up a tree or something and I lay down on the branch, it's pretty close to what I remember.
His leopard side is based on a series of intense memories.
When I was little, I had a lot of smaller memories, usually of laying on a tree branch or sitting on a rock and looking out across the savannah. And this was before I even knew what the savannah was, before I'd even seen a photograph or a video. Externally, I am a human being. I have these hands and this body, but internally, I am a leopard. I have the mannerisms and the behaviors, the thoughts, and the memories of an African leopard. I don't consider myself human at all, other than my body. I see my body as more of a vessel that doesn't match what I really have inside.
A lot of people wake up one day and they got that feeling, women and men, where they feel like, I should have been born a woman and I'm a man, or I should have been born a man and I'm a woman. Like, and then they just start. Look at what's the name, son? Dwayne Wade. They like parading that guy. Like,
Yeah, and I don't agree with that either. Like they should like that. That's still a child. I think it should like if your child tell you they want to be a murderer, you're not gonna go get them guns and hand it to them. Like
if Lauren Hubbard would have changed as a teen, then she would have been okay with him competing in the Olympics now.
See, my thing is, I don't care. That doesn't mean I understand. Like, I don't care if you want to change your body into a woman. I don't understand it because I don't see anything wrong with being a very effeminate man. And I don't see anything wrong with being a very masculine woman.
I don't either.
I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
I don't care if you want to change your body. That doesn't mean that I don't understand why you need to. You can just be an effeminate man. You can be a man that wears makeup and heels. You can be a female that wears Timbs and has a buzz cut. I don't understand the need to change. I don't think it's necessary, but I don't care if you do. But I personally don't understand.
Society has put labels on everything, so now it's in our minds that everything has to have a label. So if a man paint his nails, oh, he must be gay. So they just identify with, oh, well, I must be gay. I think society confuses kids. Like seriously, you shouldn't play with dolls. You see a boy playing with a doll. No, boys don't play with dolls. Blah blah blah. That confuses. Oh, well, I must be gay. I must be this. I must be that.
I've never been a part of
society. I blame it on society. I blame it on parents. I blame it on parenting. Like we all condition our kids to believe and we put labels on stuff. Like I said, I agree with you about the femininity of a man and the woman being masculine. Like I don't see nothing wrong with that. But society does. Like they don't understand it, so they put labels on it. And then they expect you to be, oh, you must be this or you must be that. So the person, I must be gay. I must be this. I must be that.
I don't know. My views are way different. I don't know if it's just the way that I was raised or just how my mom and dad treated everything, because I just don't have those thoughts. I just don't have those. Like my sister, y'all know her. She was my dad's boy. And she was never wanted to be a boy. Like she did karate, she did football, she did basketball, she did baseball. I mean, I was out there I was under car hoods, I was building decks, I was building houses, I was never wanted to be a guy. The thought never even occurred to me that this is guy stuff. No, this is just stuff that people do. People do these things. My parents wasn't like, oh, this is something that girls do. This is something that guys do. It's just stuff we did. And there was never a label, so maybe I was just brought up different. And then other people, because to me, these things are weird. It's weird that if you're very effeminate, that you're just, I mean, I thought my cousin JR was a girl until I was like 5.
Really? Yeah, they do pull it off very well.
I mean, have you met JR?
I met JR a few times, yeah.
Jada now. But up until I was 5 years old, I swear I thought he was a girl. And they're like, he's a boy. Oh, is he? And it still didn't matter. I was just like, oh, didn't know that. Anyway, are we playing with dolls or what? Yeah. It was just, I think the way I was raised is not, it's just different because none of this stuff makes sense to me. I don't understand the need to do it. I don't care if you do, like I said, but it's nothing wrong with being hyper feminine as a male. There's nothing wrong with being masculine as a woman. You can do all those things without Tetrising your parts and pieces. I don't know.
Tetrising. So what about these bathrooms, how they're changing the labels I mean, because there's power in this stuff. It's not like
I don't like it.
No,
You don't like it.
No,
And
because
What do you mean? How are they changing the labels?
it will be
It's
abused.
unisex.
I don't mind unisex if it's one person at a time, because it will be abused. You will have some weirdo doing weirdo things.
Right.
If it wasn't gonna be abused, if we lived in a society that would be normal and just be, I would be cool with it. I can use a bathroom right next to a man. Who cares? I was in the military for a lot of years. You just do what you need to do when you need to do it. Who cares? But somebody's gonna abuse it. That's the only reason why I don't like it.
Right.
Here she is when we first met her. She's had kids and she wanted to have a big, round, juicy booty. So let's go check her out. Super proud of this one. Here she is, a year out now, something like that. I mean, look at that waist. Wow. This is a mom. She's so hot. Okay, turn all the way around. Look, I mean, that's booty goals.
Yes.
So hot, mama.
You look incredible.
Thank you.
How do you feel about people changing their body in general? And what do you feel like what's the valid reason to change your body?
Well, I think it's fair because it's out here. I personally will not change my body. I don't really support it due to people losing their lives. I feel like change your body is kind of like the easy way out. Instead of going to the gym and working hard, I feel like surgery is a tremendous risk. So if you don't have to go under the knife, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
As far as the trans community go, it's a whole lot I could say about them. I just feel like they are trying to erase the very few people who was actually supporting them. In the beginning, it was all women supporting the trans community, and now they just like trying to erase us. They want to say that we are test feeding, we are birthing parents, and we have a bone to toe. No, I'm a woman and I have a vagina. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I have a bone to toe. I have a vagina, one that you wish you were born with.
Right.
I'm
They're
sorry.
trying to take away our theme by saying birthing parent. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry you don't have that. You know,
Say it,
something
please.
that I've never seen a man. I never seen a trans woman that turned into a man dash women. You only see trans men trying to turn. You only see men trying to turn into women bash women, and it's very sickening. Especially when we were the main people that y'all was supporting. So it's like y'all used us, and now y'all kind of like shitting on us after the fact.
Right.
Woo!
I've had the weight loss surgery. I had gastric bypass. And if you don't need it, I wouldn't get it. I never recommend it. I remember because I had mine first before anybody else. And then my sister called me, asked me questions about it. And I told her, I'm going to need you to talk to your doctor because what works for me may not work for you. And then Tiffany called me about it. Same thing, what works for me may not work for you. I don't recommend it to people. I don't sit there and say, hey, weight loss surgery is everything. Do that.
Why not? Why you don't recommend it?
I don't recommend it because I've had it. I've had friends that have it. And when you have it, you have to go to meetings. And some of the women in those meetings are not doing well. You have some that passed during the surgery. You have some, there's one woman in 2 months lost 100 pounds because her surgery worked too well. She could not gain any weight and she actually had to go back. And the surgery that I had, it's the one that I have is, you can undo it.
It's reversible.
Thank you. I'm like, there's a word for what I'm talking about. The surgery that I had is reversible. Everything can be put back. The one that Tiffany and sister had aren't reversible. Like once it's done, it's done. And I chose that one for a reason, because if I'm having issues, no, we're going to work that right back. And they had to actually redo hers because she was losing too much weight. She looked like a skeleton in 2 months. In 2 months, I lost 50 pounds, and she lost 100, and she looked sick. Like she's malnutrition to a level. That's why I don't recommend it, because I don't know if you're going to be like me, who the surgery was successful. And I say it was successful because if you work, you still have to work out. I haven't been working out, and we can see where this came back to. I've gained 40 pounds because I don't work out. But if you work out only half an hour a day, you will never gain that weight back. That weight will never happen. For like 5 years, I never gained a pound back. And then I got lazy because I get lazy sometimes.
Well, that's why I want to do it.
So I don't recommend it to people because I don't know if you're going to be me, who the surgery worked really well for, or if you're going to be that lady. Or the other lady who passed in the middle of it. She was having her surgery and she passed. Because these are not fun things to do on the weekend, you know? It's a serious surgery. So if you don't need it, I don't recommend it. And when people ask for my advice, I do not give it. The only thing I give them is what I just said to you.
All right, what the young fly's wife when she said that, and how she had the cosmetic surgery and passed away. Too many times you do see these things go sideways, or people keep going back, and then, you know, because of an infection or something, and it's not medically necessary. The intent, that's why I focus on the intent. Like, why are you doing this, you know?
I felt like a monster, I really did. A sideshow circus clown.
She was one of the world's most infamous victims of black market surgery. 46-year-old Raji Nareen Singh's nightmare began when a fake doctor pumped her face and body with a devastating toxic filler.
I got injections in my face, my breast.
Oh, it's risky. Any surgery, your point, Tina, is could be life or death, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it works when it works. I had my surgery in 96, and it's 2023, and I've only gained 40 pounds.
That's
in all those years. And that was just because I got lazy and stopped working out.
What kind of surgery did you have?
Gastric bypass. The real one.
That's different from DJ.
I was just about to say that's different.
She was getting like butt implants. I'm talking about like the weight loss. Like I feel like that's different compared to getting a
weight loss is definitely different because you're focusing on a better you versus going under the knife to try to look better to impress a man or to impress other women, to validate something that's clearly broken inside of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't do any of those other things. That's just not, listen, my husband met me, my butt was flat, it's flat now. It's never going to be nothing.
I'm dead.
If you were okay with it then, you will be okay with it tomorrow. It'll be fine. It'll still be flat. You will still be here. It's fine.
With 2 children later.
Yeah,
it's not
I've been marriage and everything.
I've been fat, and it's still been flat. So
no matter what condition.
Wow. It's gonna be okay. We're just gonna live in our skin, and we're gonna be all right.
Amen. No,
that's how I feel too. Though.
Amen to that, Tina. Thank you for saying that.
Heck yeah. When you meet somebody, that's how I feel in general. When you meet somebody in general, like you like them for them. You like everything about them. And like that's what I'm even asking. Like, what would make you change? Because if your partner's with you, they like you for you. So like, what would make you change your body, and how important is it to you if it's not a medical reason behind it?
That's what I said to my husband, because when I lost all the weight from the surgery, I told him, I said, I think I want to go and get, the skin removal, tummy tuck thing. And he was like, yeah, I don't think you need to have any more surgeries. I was like, but there's skin. I'm going to just need you to tone up. Just get in there. And I was like, okay. Because he doesn't want any unnecessary surgeries. He was like, you got a little extra skin. I'm going to just need you to hit the gym a little harder.
Yeah.
And because he's like, I don't want you to have any more surgeries. You did this big one. I didn't want you to have that one. And I was just like, because he didn't want me to have the one I had. I actually had it when he was in Iraq. He was in Iraq And I wouldn't get the surgery because I knew that wouldn't have happened if he was home.
Oh man. So you did it in spite of his beliefs.
Yeah, because it wasn't for him. He was in the military. I have 2 children, and I couldn't walk upstairs without stopping in the middle and taking breaths. And I was working out and I was going to the gym, and I kept getting shin splints because I was a very skinny girl before I got pregnant. I gained all my weight in one pregnancy. I was really, really tiny. So my bones was holding a lot of weight that it couldn't handle. And I was getting a lot of shin splints, a lot of cracks in my bones. It was starting to get bad and I was starting to get scared. And I was just like, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this. Maybe it was a bad decision. Maybe I could have just hung in there a little longer, but I got scared. And so I did what I did. And he didn't want me to do that. So, but yeah, sometimes, you got to stop and like really, ask me if I'd do it again. Probably wouldn't. I probably would have hung in there a little bit longer. But at the time I was 26, I had 2 kids, husband in Iraq. I'm terrified. I can't breathe. I'm huge. My heart feels like it's jumping out of my chest. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with my day. And then we make decisions where if we had a cooler head, just more time to think, we probably wouldn't have made. And the same thing, this guy that you're dating wants you to have a bigger whatever. Are you going to still be dating him next week? Who knows?
That's true. Okay. That's very true. Yeah, you don't know if you'll be dating. So it becomes what makes you more comfortable in general with changing your body. I agree with that. I want to go, all right. So next time we go into relationships and like height. And like, what if a guy is, do you feel like it's harder for shorter guys? And do you feel like it's harder for shorter or taller women? And what is the standard for height in general for dating? And let's start with that.
I like a girl a little shorter than me. That way, when she wear heels, we about the same height. Like, you can't be taller than me when you wear heels, because then that ain't gonna look right in pictures.
They're gonna look right in pictures for who? For people or for you?
For me, like, I want us to be, if we same team, we got to be here,
Same team means same height.
with heels. Without heels, you could be, a little shorter because that adds a couple inches.
Now, what if she's the same height without heels?
That's cool too,
Well,
she wears heels.
Due to me being 4'11" and a half, give me my half, y'all. I cannot deal with no little ass man.
What you mean? What if he's 4'11" too? Like he's 4'11" and a half, right with you.
Not gonna be able to do it. Not gonna be able to do it.
Why?
I don't want no man the same size as me.
Why not?
Right. No.
Why?
Like, how the fuck you gonna handle me? You the same size as me.
He handle you.
He's a man.
It's giving.
What you mean handle you?
It's giving. We the same size. I'm not gonna respect you, little baby. No.
Oh man.
No.
Respect is off the window, little
Respect.
baby. Yo,
I'm not gonna respect you, little baby.
Catalog is gone.
I didn't know respect had a height requirement.
We the same size. I can't do it.
Why?
Look, I'm already little and I go through the syndrome. Why do I want my man the same size as me going through the same thing?
What if he's not? What if he's a confident man? He's 4'11" and proud, right? He's
4'11" is little as shit.
He's got money. He's financially good. He's emotionally aware. He's got all the things, but he is the same height as you. Y'all just rocking together.
How we gonna take pictures? How we
That's
gonna
so
take pictures
weird.
in my heels?
Yeah. Don't wear the heels.
I gotta wear heels on certain occasions.
Tell him to wear some boots.
Problem sounds solved to me.
Look, I'm not trying to be shallow, but I really don't see it. Like I really don't. I don't see it.
But
So who do you think has it worse? Tall women or the short guy?
I think tall women.
Me too.
Why?
Me too.
Why?
Me too.
Because they looking at him like, who's this big Amazon birdie bitch? Like that's how they looked at.
See, and no, that's not how I feel. Because I've dated taller women, and I've been like, I ain't worried about that. Like
Now I
but you
just
just
think,
said you
man,
so against the short
don't get me
men.
wrong. I seen some beautiful tall women, but I just don't. I think it's bad on both ends. I think women who look at shorter men like, yeah, let me son him. And I feel like men look at women like, okay, this bitch is too big. So it's like you damned if you do,
You
you
know
damned
what,
if you don't.
Jamar? How do you feel about taller women?
Hey,
Would
so
you date a
here's the
taller
thing.
woman?
Here's
He
the
just
thing.
said no.
Think there's a difference with the man, the short man, because when it comes to confidence, like I've seen a lot of Mexican guys and Spanish guys where that confidence will pull them a beautiful woman, taller than them, uh, from our community, the whole nine, right? Like, and I'm like, yo, this blows my mind. Yet I see how the guy carries himself. I see his confidence. It exudes. You see what I'm saying? So I think she could be on to a point. The taller woman may be looked at with a little bit more scrutiny because men, one, are intimidated, and it takes. And see, it's gonna be a shorter guy, and that's another thing we got to talk about. Taller women not attracted to shorter dudes. They want somebody they height or taller. And what percentage of dudes is even over 6 feet? 14%. So you don't have a big pool to pick from. And it's usually the shorter, confident guy that's gonna come up to the taller woman and try his hand, and she's gonna sun him. But I feel like it's individual based because I've seen short dudes with tall chicks, and they rock
Like
it.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart got him a time.
Y'all gotta remember, Bow Wow was dating Ciara. Just saying.
Facts. So I think it's about the confidence of the man, and I think really it depends on the right man. The right man will penetrate any woman's heart. It's just size doesn't matter.
Oh,
Size doesn't matter. Seriously, size doesn't matter. That's really my perspective.
size doesn't matter. Whoa,
I
that's a different
can't
conversation.
date no short man. That's
When
shorter
we
than me.
say
I'm
size doesn't
5'1".
matter, what we talking about again?
That's a different conversation. Yeah, that's a whole different. I don't know why he said that. That's a whole different conversation.
I mean, I don't think it matters to the average type of woman, but for a person that is very little already, I
You
think it
at
matters.
so I feel like you're more average. What you feel like you can't date?
5'1".
Oh
5'3"
shit,
is average
Tina,
for I'm
let's go with
short.
Tina. Tina's
Really?
more than
Yeah,
Tina's more than average. How tall are you, Tina?
5'7"?
That's around the average.
her height.
Mhm.
That's about
Yeah,
regular.
I don't
that's
think
that's
I've
fine.
ever dated anybody that couldn't at least look at my forehead.
See?
Why not?
I don't know. I just never saw anybody that was, because everybody little, I think is cute. Like, oh, look at you. I just want to pinch you and stuff.
Why is that the first
I
thought?
don't know.
Now,
But as soon as I
I
see
did
him,
date,
Is it
I'm
a
I
just
did
like,
date
look
a
at
man.
you. Oh, look at you. That's my
Ugh.
first reaction. And they can be really super handsome. And I'm just like, look at you all cute and handsome.
like a
I
little
did date a
baby?
short man, y'all. So
So is it?
I don't even know. But that's my first reaction.
I dated someone who was extremely tall before, and I dated somebody on the shorter spectrum. However, even with him being a shorter male, when I put when I put my heels on, I still wasn't taller than him, and that's what I need. Like even with my heels on, I can't be taller than you. Like I don't.
Does it? I'm
It's
just
not
asking. What
really
does it
a
have
problem.
to?
It's not really a problem. It's just it never happened, so I just can't see it like in my mind.
Do you feel like a shorter man can protect you still?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I know some people
Okay.
that are fierce and they're like little Tasmanian that they, yeah.
Bree, go ahead, Bree. What you about to
I
say?
don't know.
You don't know. What you mean?
I don't know.
You
I
gotta
would have
protect him.
to.
I like to say they're scrappy for some reason.
I would have to see it. I would have to test the waters. It
Yeah.
would have to be an experiment, like me going to the store and pick a fight and see what you do. Like I just want and
So you
I
feel
don't
like
know, y'all. I
if he's
want
shorter,
just
you gonna constantly
blindside.
touch him.
Yeah, like I want just blindside. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I can't say yes for sure, and I can't say no for sure. Like I'm on the fence with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
It's a hard no for me.
It's a hard. Why is it a hard no for you?
I just can't do it. I can't look down at my man. I just
What about the same height? That's what I'm asking. What the same? What about the same? Y'all right eye to eye.
but when I wear heels, like she said,
Like I
then I'm
said,
looking good.
boots. My man got boots. He got these nice Timbs. He's been preparing for this occasion.
Even with boots, even with boots, when a woman put on heels, the heels are still gonna outweigh the boots. So
My man got
depending on
platforms. He got all type of
yeah,
stuff.
like
You know what I'm
I
saying? I
got
got
like look,
platform
I
boots.
got platform tennis shoes that make me
Cowboy
tall as
boot.
fuck.
The cowboy joint.
No. I
I
have
got platform
platform
boots at
tennis
my
shoes
house. I
that
can
give
throw
me
them joints on.
I have platform tennis shoes that give me 4 inches. Your boots is not giving you 4 inches.
My platform boots is they give me
They are
4.
not giving you four
They give
inches.
me 4.
No. It's aesthetically it's just not
So
appealing.
pictures. So for pictures. For other people to see, you don't like other people to see you with someone that isn't.
I don't like to see it for myself.
That's more important
Hey,
than
this
the chemistry, than the vibe that you're getting with
is
someone. This person is making you laugh, right? What about accepting someone without conditions,
well
right?
see well see, bruh, I could do that, but the people I accepted without conditions was taller than me, so I just can't relate at this moment.
What if they have what if this is the difference though? You got everything you want and need in a man. He's got it all. He just ain't tall. That's it. He got it all, everything you want to
for
make you
me, that
feel
can be worked out.
good, safe.
That can be worked out. But like I'm talking initial attraction, just not attracted to it. I just think you're adorable.
Yeah.
He has to work harder,
Okay, he's got to
Yeah,
work
but
we're
he's
harder,
gonna
but
not.
he still has a chance.
we're gonna have to converse. Something's gonna have to happen because just looking at you, you're just cute.
Yeah.
Well, at
That's
this day and age, I ain't got time to be picky. It's almost my Scotty
I can't eat all
year.
that.
Look, it's almost my Scotty year. I'm almost 33.
it's slim pickings.
Slim picking. So you might have to do that, dude. That's 4'11". Oh, she left.
These dudes is turning into women competing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And
And competing
ain't
in
a
the
lot
list.
of dudes.
It
They
ain't
ain't
I'm so
there.
fair.
sorry. Everybody just want to keep calling me. I'm sorry.
It's
But
all
Good.
good.
at this day and age, I don't have room to be picky. I'm about to be 33. I have no man. So at this point, I ain't willing to accept anything. But my standards could be like, you know what, I could be a little bit, I can squash that off. It's okay.
Yeah.
He
You'll
giving
take
me
one of
this,
the
this, and
7
that.
doors.
It's cool.
Yeah, I feel bad for what you guys got to pick from.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's
There's
So
a
then,
little bit of piss and shit out here.
well, how do we, judging from our past relationships, how do we water a relationship? What are the kind of ingredients and required once we get that thing that we're looking for, that we want, that we accept, that's tall enough? How do we water that situation to create longevity? How do we nurture a situation? Because we don't really have much examples besides what, the Cosby Show, um, Fresh Prince. You know, Phil. What, like, did we
Even
see?
he got another wife too. Shoot.
I mean,
Yeah.
did we see a lot of
He changed
examples
out.
growing up with two parents? Like Tina had both her parents, but like a lot of us didn't, right? So then now
I
we're trying to get
Andre
in
did too.
relationships
I
with
didn't
all
have
of
my
this
I
going
didn't have my
around us.
parents, but my uncles, like my mom's siblings, her two brothers, they have been in successful marriages. with their mate for as long as I've been alive.
Oh yeah, and what do they say is the ingredients that keep them chugging along?
That's a good question because I never asked them.
Really? Aren't you?
Wow.
I've never asked them.
Yeah, aren't you interested? Don't you?
I be
Tina,
like, hey auntie, hey
Tina been
uncle.
married forever, so Tina definitely got some ingredients.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you feel like I just messed with?
The world is someone cause us you thought you that giving so much stuff to theirs. It's the only way. Tell me what you want now, and I will give it to you, cause you are my love. Do you ever dreamed up candy for you raindrops? Go to sleep, my candy rain, cause you were having